Much has been written about the putative virtues and vices of federal system of government. Though federal system promote better social, political, and economic outcome, Vice Presidential candidate Carlos Serapio explained the platform of their Katipunan party inspired from the Bayanihan Federal Draft Constitution.
Let us start with Mr. Carlos Serapio.
Good morning, Cebu and the University of San Carlos and its partners. Katipunan candidates Roy Empleo, Engineer Alan Dinampo, and Leo Libradilla. Ladies and gentlemen, what is real change? Real change is akin to a seed growing into a plant or tree, a caterpillar metamorphosing into a butterfly, or an eagle egg hatching into a nestling, or a chicken egg into a chick. Its nature is the birth, growth, evolution, and development of new life. It is not a mere transformation of external appearance, but a movement into the fullest potential of what it has been ordained to become. Its basis is its internal, inherent, and essential character and capacity to respond to the external condition that generates the process of producing a new reality. To a seed, it is the earth, rain, water, and the sun. To the caterpillar, the cocoon. To the eagle, air and pecking tooth. To a chicken egg, heat. Applied to the human condition in society, it is the dynamics between human needs and wants, and the capacity of social organizations and governments to satisfy them. Failed responsiveness will cause tension in social relationships that will give rise and birth to new social arrangements, such as landlord-tenant, landlord-leaseholder, landlord-seller, and farmer-buyer. Framed in a political system, the incompatibility of democratic, social-oriented, people-enabling and empowering programs with processes and operating systems which are based on and controlled by a dynastic and oligarchic power source necessarily will lead to a vicious cycle of broken promises, betrayals, and failures. The power structure makes both the system and the individuals running them captive reinforcers and perpetuators of a syndicated government organization. The government can dress up the nation with impressive infrastructure projects, and it can provide a balm to the stinging pains of poverty to the majority of her people through its social amelioration programs. But still, the reality remains that the people are disemboweled of the conditions and means to be the best of what nature has best fitted them to become, forever mendicant beneficiaries of benefactors and patrons. The just ordering of society is simply unattainable for as long as political power is not stratifiedly broken and rearranged. Real change will happen only if the sovereign power of the people is restored. This can come to pass with the realization that the real sovereign of our land and ourselves is the infinite power and spirit of God who resides and dwells in us. That spirit is the animo of love of God and love of country. With it comes the wisdom of ending the political insanity of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It emboldens us also with the courage to be the disruptor of an entrenched political system. This is the mission of the Katipunan ng Kamalayang Kayumanggi KTPNAN Party and its candidates. It is in this spirit that I, Carlos Hilacio Serapio, am offering myself together with my President, Faisal Montay Mangundato, and Senator Marieta Mindalano Adam, as well as all of our other local candidates, to our people. Mabuhay, walhati sa pinakadakilang lumalang.
Why the VP position?
Well, it was a party decision. We're coming
Okay.
into this election as a political party.
Mhm.
And the reason why it is Brother Faisal Mangundato who's been chosen to be the presidential candidate of the party is because he has political capital already. He ran for senator in the last midterm elections and he obtained close to about 2 million votes. That is his political capital, and I think it is only but right that he should not only be the president of the party, but also be the presidential candidate. At the same time, I, as the founding chairman, was also commissioned or mandated by our party to be his running mate. And as founding chairman, I am committed to watch his back all the time, not just during the campaign, but when he ultimately wins the presidency. Now, the vice presidential position is true enough under the Constitution, some kind of a spare tire. And some people will say that the vice president would always be praying that something should happen to the president so that he should now succeed. On the contrary, on our side, we would really want to be, as mentioned earlier, also to support to the fullest whoever is going to be elected. But the best is for the political party to have its own candidate elected. That is an argument as to why there should be a team, there should be a tandem, so that the president does not always have to be worrying whether he is going to be stabbed on the back or not. At the same time, if you look at the General Appropriations Act, the kind of allocation of the budget to the vice president gives him or her very little means to be able to really be of service aside from what is going to be tasked by the president to do. So in our case, we consider the presidency as our table of realism in politics, while the table of the vice president is the table of idealism. It's more for the
Table of
future,
idealism.
the future generation. Thank you, Mr. President.
Same question po, if given the chance na pumili po ng departamento, ano po yung departamento niyan?
Well, I'm a political team player, so meaning I'm a political party team player, and therefore, whatever position my president will give me is something that I will be ready, willing, and able to take. But as a personal preference, because of background and experience also, I have a disposition to take the portfolio of the Department of Foreign Affairs, as well as any other office that will involve politics, because I think that is the best way I can be of service to my president in the process of the government.
Gusto naming malaman, what will you recommend to the president as foreign policy with China?
Well, the first thing we need to do is be able to understand the mindset or the worldview of the nations we would like to engage. So, even before we recommend any kind of strategic policy on how do we engage specific countries, we need to know what is their interest in the region. So definitely, in general, we will always be a friend to all nations. And because that is in our constitution, that we will always try to be, for as long as the principles and the about those nations are aligned with us, we will be their allies, we will be their friends. At the same time, we would want to maintain our very close relationships with historical allies. So when it comes to China, China is our neighbor, and China shares certain cultural interests with us and also shares a lot of history with us. The mindset of China is similar also to the Oriental mindset of the Philippines. We act as a political disruptor. That is the mission that we said the political party is playing, in the hope that from the old political system, we are really going to be successful in transitioning to a new political order.